Hello, audience activation and delivery team. I am coming at you with a quick video just to give you an update. I know hopefully I'll get a chance to speak to all of the new teams that as we are storming and forming the audience activation and delivery team. It's going to take me a bit. AAD, I keep saying ADD. I hope I'm not the only one. Give us all a little time and grace to kind of get these new acronyms straight as we move forward with this reorganization and more importantly into 2022 and delivering for all of our customers and partners. So I wanted to quickly give you my first priorities for these first 30 days, and I'll try to reiterate this over and over again. I know the number one thing that we want to create is some certainty in a time that probably feels a little bit uncertain for some people and some folks, and obviously there's a spectrum of that. But first of all, Happy New Year. I hope you had a chance to take somewhat of a break. I know COVID is still very much alive and well, so please know that your health and safety and the health and safety of your families is still number one priority. Any of those who haven't seen it, carrier's leave has been extended through the end of February. I know many people are dealing with that. Just want to reiterate, regardless of the transition that's happening, your personal health and your family's health is number one. So we will take care of each other in any way, shape that we need to as a result. Okay, my 4 priorities. Number 1 is I am highly focused on hiring our new GCS audience lead. So a lot of great interest overall. Plan on keeping that open for a couple more weeks, and we'll be working to hire that over the course of the next 6 to 8 weeks. In the interim, Dave Morling, thank the Lord, is helping cover as an interim manager for GCS lead. Anyone who doesn't know, Dave, was a seller, was a manager, knows a lot of the players in GCS, and just a really strong operational manager that we have and has stepped in right away. So thankful for that, but that remains to be a priority for me to hire that GCS lead within the next 30 to 60 days. Secondly, obviously everyone's looking to establish what are the expectations for you and OKRs for Q1. So one of the things I want to make really clear, if you are working on projects at the end of Q4 that span into Q1, it's business as usual. Reconfirm and set your OKRs with your manager. I will be cascading a template for our new team within this next week. We just got to look at the mastery OKRs. We're going to be look to finalize OKRs across my OKRs, our team OKRs, your individual OKRs within the next couple weeks. And that should hopefully create some certainty and some very clear expectations for you from a performance standpoint as we close out the second half of this perf cycle, which leads me to the next priority. Number 3 is just making sure you all feel very clear about where you're at in performance. And if you have a transition in managers, making sure those 2 managers are really clear about where you're coming in from a performance standpoint into the second half of this perf cycle, in addition to, are you clear on expectations for the back half of this perf cycle. So that transition will be templatized and actually focused on towards the end of January. So everyone feels comfortable with both what their performance is so far, in addition to, and on the same page, in addition to clear expectations for the back half of the cycle. So that's number 3 priority, is making sure everyone feels just a bit more comfortable with the transition overall to new managers. And last but not least, obviously we announced a massive change or a hope to evolve into a singular learning strategist role. This is not going to happen overnight. Whatever you were doing again in Q4, it's business as usual through Q1. We are working to formalize and finalize a learning strategist working group. We've gotten a great amount of feedback from everyone from the first learning strategist roundtable. We've consolidated all of that feedback, and I'm happy to copy it here in my video. And now we are finalizing both the leadership in addition to the working group that will be working on prioritizing the work that's ahead for this evolution to happen, along with a project plan of how we're going to approach this over the course of this next year. So hopefully you feel a little bit, at ease, a little bit more at ease that yes, we do have a plan. Yes, the people that are doing the day-to-day work will help lead through the transition of that plan. And in the interim, we want to make sure we shore up the work that you are working on transition any projects that need to be transitioned, be very realistic about deadlines, et cetera, so we can start creating more certainty in what probably feels like an overwhelming amount of uncertainty during this time. So those are my 4 priorities: hiring the GCS lead role, setting OKRs for this team and you individually, mid-perf check-ins by the end of January, and then of course our learning strategy, getting started on tackling this evolution for learning strategists. I hope that clears up and gives you kind of a sense of focus of not just my own, but largely what the leadership team is going to be focused on also in these first 30, 40-ish days as we all come back. So I know that was a lot quick in 5 minutes, but the last thing I'll leave you with is, I'm not a big resolution person. I'm an intentional person that I've most definitely used the time to reflect and think about. I love new starts. I love a new week. I love a new month. I love a new year. But I also like actually following through on things. So I'm shifting my mindset to kind of what is my personal motto for 2022 versus a resolution. And my motto for 2022, and this is going to appear like I'm talking about it professionally solely, but I'm actually talking about it personally also. So my 3 motto comes down to 3 words, and that is empathy, curiosity, and evolution. And when I think of those 3 words, when I reflected about what do I want 2022 to be about for me personally and professionally, is I want to show up and lead through building relationships, working with other people, things that I happen personally with empathy first. And second, I want to lead with curiosity. So I want to pull away everything I know about everything and actually show up to each of these opportunities that I have personally and professionally with just a huge sense of curiosity. And what I think about those 2 things, empathy and curiosity, I think naturally they will lead to evolving me as a person, me as a leader, me as a mom, me as a friend, me as a wife. So my personal motto for 22 is to stay focused on empathy, curiosity, and then reflect on how is that evolving me as a person. So hopefully that inspires you to think a little bit about what is your personal motto for 22? How are you thinking about how you want to show up as a person in your life, or as you think about some of your goals and some of the things you've been thinking about? All right, I'm really excited. We're establishing governance forums. There'll be more to come, but hopefully I can leave you with those 4 priorities. There will obviously be a mastery all hands at the last week in January, so I'm not going to create an all hands. And I will communicate kind of where the leadership team ends on what will be our cadence of forums that we establish for this team soon. But until then, let's just get clear on OKRs, get clear on performance, and we'll take it one day at a time. Excited to have you all on the team. Offer you to sign up any office hours. They're usually bi-weekly every Thursday. So open door policy to schedule time with me anytime. All right, we'll talk soon. Happy New Year.